Hello everyone, my name is Rishabh Gupta. This is internal third test solution of our data science subject. The first question in the paper is discuss attribute by attribute problems that may have been found into the following database. We have this following database which is which has different columns. First is customer ID, zip code, gender, income, status and transaction amount. We have to find the attribute by attribute that what is the problem in this database. So first is gender. No, first is customer ID. So this is a very uniform database. As we know, customer ID should be unique because no two persons have the same customer ID. So this is correct. The zip code, however, it does not have only numerical values. It is required to have only numerical values because zip codes all over the world have only numerical values. As we can see, the second in the second row, the customer ID 1002 has a zip code of alphanumeric value. So this is wrong. And in our gender field we have a one value missing. Income we have a outlier and a negative value also, which is not suitable for our database. In marital status we have two different s. One s could be single and one s could be separated, so that creates some of the chaos in the database. So we will move into our solution. So the first is customer ID. This variable seems fine because it was, as we saw, it was uniform. And attribute is JS7K7, which is error because it should only be numerical value. For gender, customer 1003 does not have a gender. It is not possible. If you are taking some information of any customer, you need to take the correct information. The income field also has a negative value and a very big value, which was kind of an outlier. And the marital status field, the S for customer is single or separated. This is also confusing. So this is also need to be addressed. And the transaction seem field seems satisfactory because it has valid amounts. Let's move on to the next question. Apply data wrangling process in the following database. So data wrangling is basically making the database much more readable for our algorithms to read. If our data is confusing for the algorithm, it would produce different and not the results which are not suitable for our usage. Like Jagdish, the name here Jagdish comma Singh is a little bit confusing. Like we need to write the first name and then the second name. We don't need a comma there. In our third row, we can see the surname is written first, Gupta, comma Binod. So we need a correct table after the data wrangling process. Our table will look something like this: name Jagdish Singh and phone number in a single format, birth date in a correct format, first year, then month, then date. Here, as we can see, our birth date is also in different formats. So here we have all the names are formatted, phone numbers are also formatted, states are not abbreviated, such as TN is converted to Tamil Nadu, and the entry for Jackie Agrawal did not have fully formatted data. The area code on the phone number was missing there, so it is also corrected. The next question is consider the following databases, apply three methods finding out the missing values. So in order to find missing values, we can use user defined variables, we can use mean or mode, or we can use random draws from the distribution. Such as random draws means from the table, and user defined variables such as not available, null, or deleted, something like that. So our first solution is with a user defined constraint such as null or NA. Here as we can see, the A2 column had second row empty, so we filled it with NA, which is abbreviation for not available. And the B option is with mean or mode values. So the mean or mode values are filled there, like Ujjain appeared two time in the table. And the third is with random draws from the table, such as we used the 400 which had already appeared in this column, and we used Ujjain which was already appeared in this table. So this is our Methods to finding out the missing values in a table. Now, our fourth question is risk classification. We need to classify a bank loan application by assigning one of the three risk classes. Here we use the information gain technique. So, as we have written our attribute first owns home, yes or no. We have the answers in yes or no, and the whole risk class is divided into three categories: risk class A, B, and C. So in this step, we take out the information gain, then we write it information gain for yes, information gain for no, and then we calculate it here. Same for the attribute second and attribute third. And after this, we apply the entropy and we get our answer. So this is for our internal third paper.